We welcome you inside the Walker Convocation Center on the campus of West Virginia State University as Video Productions proudly presents Mountain East Conference basketball. MEC basketball action is presented tonight by the Little General Stores. Great prices, convenient places. Visit your local Little General store today. Alongside the entire Video Productions crew, I'm Andrew Miller, here to bring you live coverage of the Mountain East Conference basketball season. Game producer for tonight's live streaming broadcast is Robbie Mounts. Camera operators Josiah Mounts and Garrett Lester. Executive producer for Video Productions is Butch Mounts. Glad you could be with us back inside the 1,300-seat Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena for tonight's MEC doubleheader, second of two games featuring the Mountain Lions of Concord University coming in with a record of 6-5. And the Yellowjackets of West Virginia State currently sitting at 6-4 on the season. These two teams met once previously in game number 2 of this shortened MEC season back on the 10th of January at Concord. It was the visiting team, West Virginia State, taking the victory in a final of 89-74. An interesting game. In the first half, Concord actually led at the half 38-36, but West Virginia State outscored the Mountain Lions by 17 points in the second half. In that game, Concord shot the ball quite well, 47% from the field, 38% from three, but they were just 58% from the free throw line on 14 of 24 shooting. In that first meeting, West Virginia State had a tremendous second half shooting the basketball. They shot 60% from the field on 17 of 28, 58% from three in the second half on 7 of 12 shooting, and they were for the game 70% from the charity stripe at 22 out of 30. In that first contest between these two squads for Concord, it was Malik Johnson with 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists to lead the way for Concord. And for West Virginia State, they were led by their sensational senior Glenn Abrams. And Abrams went for 32, matching his season high, 11 for 9 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, and 4 assists. So the rematch is here, a very important game with implications for seeding set to go. And the rematch is just about here. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting five for both schools. And then we'll get started here. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport. The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them hugs.
Starting lineups being introduced out on the floor. We'll take a look at the starting five with you here on the screen. First off for the visitors, the Concord Mountain Lions. Ethan Heller, a 6'2", sophomore guard from Thornville, Ohio. Brandon Kennedy, a junior 6'2" guard out of Chillicothe, Ohio. Malik Johnson, the leading scorer on this team, 16.1 points per game. The senior guard forward, 6'5" out of Wvsu, Virginia. David Malumba is the forward, a 6'6" senior out of Antwerp, Belgium, and Tays Valley Christian High School. Liam Evans getting the start tonight here underneath as well. The senior forward, 6'6", out of Melbourne, Australia. For West Virginia State, getting this first start in a while is Jeremiah Staten. Now, Jihad Shockley, normally in the starting lineup, is injured, so Staten, a 5'9" sophomore guard out of Chicago, Illinois. Glenn Abram, the senior shooting guard, 6'2", out of Chicago, Illinois. Anthony Pittman, the sophomore point guard, 6'5", out of Charleston, West Virginia. Gus Stone, the 6'5" senior guard out of Baltimore, Maryland. And Jeremiah Moore, the 6'6" senior forward out of West Orange, New Jersey. Opening tip controlled by the Yellowjackets. And a quick opportunity for Jeremiah Staten. Staten's going to be kind of a hybrid point guard. Again, these guys for West Virginia State all very athletic. Here's a quick three out top. Intended by Malumba, just rattles out. And Stone clears the rebound, and Stone's going to be whistled for a double dribble. I think he was looking for Abrams. And we talked about West Virginia State's three-headed monster coming into the season. It's now become a four-headed monster with Pittman, Abrams, Stone, and Moore. Those four have been tremendous throughout the season. They were very good in game number one in the victory on the road against Concord, led by Abrams, 32 points. Spot up three off the mark for Malik Johnson. Johnson led the way for Concord, 32 minutes, 23 points, 5 rebounds. But the four-headed monster all scored in double figures in that victory back on January 10th. Here's a nice high-arcing shot by Ethan Heller, sophomore guard out of Sheridan High School. Heller averages 12.5 points a game. He's dished out 22 assists on the season as Concord strikes first here in the first half. Here's a drive by Pittman, controls himself at the basket, absorbs the body contact and gets the two. Johnson wanting to press the issue. Good defense by Pittman on the baseline. They'll feed it into Heller. Will he try another high arcing shot? He will. That one too strong. And it's cleared out by Abram. Stone, he'll attack. Stone to the left side. The left-hander. And too strong on the shot attempt. Mountain Lions hurrying down the floor and a little too quick as Johnson steps on the sideline. In that first game victory for West Virginia State, Glenn Abram with 32 points, 4 of 8 from 3, 11 of 19 from the field. Jeremiah Moore with 20 points and 6 rebounds. Stone chipped him 18 points and 4 boards. And, of course, Pittman can kind of do it all. 13 points, 6 boards, 3 steals, and 2 assists. In West Virginia State 6-4, Concord 6-5. Another attack to the rim by Stone. Looking for the contact, did not get the call. In transition, Concord now they'll set up the offensive series. Evans feeds it over to Johnson. That's off the mark. And the rebound cleared into transition mode. And Stone again missing the layup, but there more for the rebound. That's kind of the M.O. Jeremiah Moore, 9.6 rebounds per game. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. And as you see Stone attacking, and that's the third straight missed layup for Stone. You can see the frustration on his face. But Jeremiah Moore there to clean it up. Moore averages 19.4 points a game. Struggles a bit from the line, 65%, misses the first. He's 24 of 38 on the season. Also the second one off the mark, and a quick whistle underneath as Staten was battling for position, got whistled for the shove. West Virginia State likes to score buckets, likes to get in transition, 89.2 points per game. That's good for fourth in the conference. Concord dead last in scoring at 70.7%. But again, they make it work somehow. Turnaround jumper off the mark for Malumba. Stayed on the move. Pittman going to attack, loses the dribble. He'll step back, fire the 17-footer. And Malumba clears the rebound. Heller attacking, gets a high screen. Now into some traffic. He'll move left and just wildly throw one up. And that's going to be a turnover to West Virginia State. Heller was trying to draw the contact, and the officiating crew was not fooled by that. Officials tonight, Jesse Joseph, Chris Kakanya, and Matt Lee. Low scoring first 3.5 here from West Virginia State University. Much like the first game, the two teams on the women's side battling for third place. Concord ended up getting the victory by 12 in that first game, 103-91. These two teams battling for possession of third place. Again, West Virginia State had a game canceled earlier in the season, so they have played one fewer than Concord. Both have 6 victories. West Virginia State has one fewer loss, and they have the victory over Concord on the road. So West Virginia State trying to hold serve here tonight and try to retain possession of sole third place. 4-2 after Abrams hits a couple of free throws. Johnson stops and pops, 12-footer. And the high arcing floater is good. Good touch there by Malik Johnson out of Wvsu, Virginia, the senior. Here's Abram on a step-back three. That one off the mark. This one cleared by Bundu. Mohamed Bundu in the ball game. He's got some size. Sets a screen out top that time for Johnson. Deadens off back iron, and Pittman clears. Pittman attacking to Stone, and they're going to whistle Pittman for running off that screen. And that's a point of emphasis this year, is a lot of those moving screens when you're handing the ball off haven't been called traditionally. Now they are being called. Heller off a screen, finds Johnson open in the corner for the spot up three. And Malik Johnson buries it. His 16th three-pointer of the season, and Johnson has 5 early. Mountain Lions with the early lead here, nearing the 15-minute mark of the first half. Pittman squares up on the elbow. Stone working against Johnson. Now here's Jeremiah Moore with a spot-up pull-up three. Not sure if that is to the liking of head coach Brian Poore. Heller baseline, jump pass. 14-footer off the mark for Bundu. Now Abram attacking. Hands it off. Pittman straight to the basket. And Pittman hurting the rim's feelings. As Pittman just showing his athleticism, took it left-handed straight to the basket. No one stepped in front. And that young man can fly. Here comes the attack by Malumba. And Malumba, a little baby hook shot. Concord stays up by 3. Here comes Staten attacking the rim. You know, Staten is 5'9", but if you look at this kid, he is built like a fullback. Not afraid to attack the basket. Here's Johnson attacking, and that one sent right back to the baseline. A blocked shot there by Jeremiah Moore as you watch Pittman attack the rim and slam it home for the basket. Timeout on the floor, media timeout, 9-8, early lead for Concord. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
Have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Exciting first 6 minutes of action here from the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena on the campus of West Virginia State University. A battle for positioning in the South Division, third place at the moment on the line. West Virginia State half game in front of Concord. They do have the tiebreaker as well. Charleston leading this South Division at 10-2, followed by Glenville State at 7-2, West Virginia State at 6-4, Concord at 6-5, Davis and Elkins at 3-7, West Virginia Wesleyan at 0-12. It's been an odd year in the Mountain East Conference in men's action. It's a lot of parity in this league. On any given night, any team can be upset, and we have seen it. 3-point opportunity for Malumba, no good. And more skies for the rebound. West Virginia State has knocked off some very good opponents, including West Liberty. West Liberty, the 1 seed on the North Division. This Concord team also knocked off West Liberty. Stone, the spin move in the lane, draws the contact. And I believe Malik Johnson's going to be whistled. And you think about West Virginia State, they lost to Glenville State at home to begin their season right here on this floor, 117-114 in a great game. They reeled off 6 straight wins to follow that. They beat Concord on the road, got Notre Dame at home, beat AB on the road, Wesleyan on the road, and then Davis and Elkins right here before defeating West Liberty on the road 100-96. And again, West Liberty is the number 1 seed on the other side. And since then, they have lost to 2 of the bottom schools in the North, Frostburg State being one of those. So a very interesting year. Concord, again, 6-5. They defeated West Liberty as well. They defeated the University of Charleston, one of Charleston's only 2 losses in this division. And then they've lost to some opponents who are having tough seasons. It's just the wild, wonderful, wacky Mountain East Conference as it is. It's high scoring, high flying, up and down action. And any given night, anyone can get knocked off. Here comes Stone again attacking, and Stone finally able to find the mark on a drive. That gives State a 3-point advantage. Here's another quick drive. A lot of contact there. That was a good attack to the rim by Jordan Wooden, the freshman guard out of Roanoke, Virginia. And you see in the restricted area, Savion Marshall Hamilton. He had his feet set, but he was basically underneath the basket. Credit for effort to Hamilton, the freshman center out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. 6'7", averaging 4.1 points, 2.7 rebounds a game. Free throw, no good on the 3-point play opportunity. Abram out top to Trayon Watkins. Back to Abram. Dribble drive. Dish was off. Marshall Hamilton pump fakes in midair. Can't get it to fall. Grabs his own rebound. And persistence pays off for Marshall Hamilton. Back to a 3-point advantage. Johnson working off a screen between two defenders. No look into the corner for three. And that one misses short. Brandon Kennedy with the shot attempt. But Kennedy stays back on defense and able to knock one off of a West Virginia State player. So a turnover early as Moore checks out. And Abram will get a breather. Stephon Sherrod checking in, as well as Montrell Horsey. On top of the drive. Attacking is Malumba. A high arcing shot hangs on the front rim. And the loose ball rebound controlled by the Mountain Lions. Wooden bounces it in as Bundu tried to slam it home, had it knocked away on the block. In transition now, Marshall Hamilton muscles it up, gets the contact, and the bucket falls. The foul on the reach issued to Brandon Kennedy. As you see, Bundu taking it up strong, but right there to reject it is Anthony Pittman. That's his 20th block on the season. That leads this West Virginia State team. And on the other side, Marshall Hamilton with the strength. Unable to complete the three-point play, but West Virginia State to its biggest lead of the half now at 5. Johnson, though, straight to the rim, attacking. He'll draw contact, and he will be fouled with a three-point play opportunity. Johnson is electric, very quick off the dribble. He called for a screen. It didn't come quickly enough, so he just got right past Sherrod. And Sherrod might have been better off just letting Johnson go on that one and limiting the damage. Johnson can't complete the three-point play, but Bundu there for the offensive board. Big rebound for the junior out of Largo, Maryland. Heller's going to back it up. He'll file a lefty three and drills it. And Marshall Hamilton, that's a bit of a mismatch as the guards are concerned out top. And Marshall Hamilton trying to get out there to cover. Heller hits a big three to tie it at 16. Into the hands of Pittman. Pump fakes the three straight to the basket. First shot no good. Grabs his rebound. And Pittman cleans it up. Again, he's a do-it-all kind of player. Was a power forward last year. Had to step in at the point guard position this season. Here's Heller attacking. And Ethan Heller. 5 straight for Concord. Here's Trayon Watkins from the left elbow off the mark. And Concord doing a great job rebounding right now. They've got 12. Whistle out top on the drive by Heller. That's going to be Trayon Watkins with the reach. Now Jackson will get a breather for the Mountain Lions. Coming back in is Jordan Wooden. Halfway through the first, we're all square at 18. Bundu hands it off. Kennedy wanted to pull back for three. Good recovery defense by Horsey. Left baseline drive. Strong move to the rim for Bundu. Didn't get the contact. But on the rebound, there will be a foul whistle. That's going to go against Stephon Sherrod. They'll actually call that on the shot. So when we come back, it'll be 2 for Concord from the free throw line. 9:59 remaining, all square at 18. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
$9:59 remaining in the first half. West Virginia State, Concord, all squared at 18 apiece. Glad you could join us on Video Productions live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. I'm Andrew Miller. Robbie Mounts is our game producer. Garrett Lester, Josiah Mounts on the cameras. And our executive producer of Video Productions is Butch Mounts. Two very evenly matched teams here in the first half so far. Concord shooting 38% from the field, 41.1% for West Virginia State. As Bundu gets the first one to fall. And 2 of 2. And the first 2 points put up by Mohamed Bundu. He averages 8.5, 7.5 rebounds per contest. Neither team is led by more than a few here in the first half. Abram, who's checked back in on that last media timeout with possession. He can get going at any time. He'll attack the rim. Shot short off the rim, and the rebound cleared by the Mountain Lions. Heller in traffic. Almost threw it away. Gives it off on the right wing. Wooden can't connect on the 3. Now Pittman calls for the screen. Takes it to the baseline. Soft jumper won't fall. Bundu clears the rebound. Bundu has 7 early rebounds. Chess match back and forth between these two. Here's a give inside to the big man. And from Melbourne, Australia, Liam Evans completes the play. Heller with the assist. Watkins off a screen on the right. He'll take it. Attacking Bundu. And he'll draw contact. There were 2 defenders around him. And they will get Mohamed Bundu on the body. So that will send Trayon Watkins to the line for a pair. The stat line on Watkins is he has Steph Curry-like range. Streaky shooter. If he gets going, he can hit it from just about anywhere on the floor. We've seen it a couple of times in a couple of games this year. Staten checking back in on that last made free throw. And Watkins, a tremendous free throw shooter, coming into tonight with 17 of 21, 81%. And that is second best on the team to Gus Stone. He hits 2 of 2. And Concord leads by 2. Heller attacks, dishes to the big man, and another one for Liam Evans. Heller and Evans connecting 2 times in a row. Pair of assists for Heller and a pair of buckets for Evans. Moore couldn't find Abram on the backdoor cut. Off to Stone. Good defense by Kennedy closing off the lane. Now Abram will attack. Switches the ball in midair from left to right and banks it in. Big play by Abram. Baseline jumper put up as Kennedy had nowhere to go with it. Abram into the lane, loses the dribble though. And a free run out, and that ball is swatted by Moore. Kennedy didn't see Moore coming. And great hustle by Jeremiah Moore. Kennedy turned to look like it was going to be he thought it was going to be a goaltending, but Jeremiah Moore skying and hustling to keep that shot from falling. As you see, just got there in time. Although on the rebound, Evans was fouled. Just tremendous hustle and effort by Jeremiah Moore, the senior. Evans, just a 56% free throw shooter. Misses both. So you'd call that in basketball lingo a good foul if you're West Virginia State. Yellowjackets looking to tie it. Here's Stone attacking again. And he's a confident man. Missed his first 4 layups and continues to attack. He's very quick off the dribble. Back to square at 24. Kennedy takes it at the free throw line, attacks, and the runner in the lane is good. Nice move by Kennedy. Really just looking to start the offense from the foul line. Turn, no one there. So he decided to take off himself. Moore off to Abram. Step back, 3 from the right wing. Hits back rim. And Johnson with the rebound. Very clean game so far between both these teams. Just 5 turnovers total, 2 for Concord, 3 for West Virginia State. Malumba trying a deep 3. That one can't find the mark. In transition, Abram, he'll attack, and he runs right into Kennedy, who was really trying to get out of the way. And unfortunately for Kennedy, that means his feet were not set. I think Abram thought that Kennedy was going to zig when he zagged. And it ends up with Glenn Abram at the free throw line. 7th team foul on the Mountain Lions, so a 1 plus the bonus for Glenn Abram. Well, actually, they'll say that was not the 7th team foul yet. We've got listed as 7, but actually, no, we got 7 listed for West Virginia State. That's why. So an inbound out to Pittman. They'll get it back into the hands of Abram. Looking to get going here offensively. The drive and the dish. Staten, pull up 18-footer. That hits the front of the rim. And another defensive rebound for Malumba. In transition, Johnson. Heller working against Pittman. Now Heller on the drive. Staten knocked it away. Thought it might have been off of Heller, but it'll be whistled off of Staten last touched. As Coach Brian Poore on the sideline trying to get his team fired up. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. But to lob it out top, and Pittman steals it, and look out, here he goes, and he softly puts it home. He got me excited for a rim rocker, and instead, Pittman just softly laid it into the rim. Never know what that guy's going to do. Big steal and bucket ties it at 26 for West Virginia State. Heller working one-on-one. Actually, no, that's Heller. That's Evans. Good interior move. Couldn't get the shot to fall, but another rebound for the Mountain Lions. That is number 18 for Concord. Johnson working off a screen to the right side. The high runner, no good. And Stone with great position against Evans underneath. Secures the rebound. He'll attack. Stone straight to the basket. And Gus Stone, a big series from defense to offense. Now we'll give West Virginia State their first lead since the 11-minute mark, and it's short-lived as Heller cans a second three-pointer. Heller's in double digits already. He's got 10. Concord right back in front by 1. Pittman calls for the screen for Moore. A little bit of a mismatch. Working on Evans' pitch. Pittman recognized it. And we've got a whistle out top on the dribble. as Evans having to try to guard Anthony Pittman out top. As you see, the lob pass to mid-court. Johnson had it stolen, and one of the softer dunks I've seen from Anthony Pittman. 4:13 left, media timeout. We'll take it with him. The Mountain Lions lead it 29-28. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
.413 remaining in the first half of play. Concord with a 1-point advantage over West Virginia State. Taking a look at the conference standings in the North Division, Fairmont State with a tiny lead at the moment over West Liberty. Fairmont State has played 2 fewer games. They've won 1 fewer and lost 1 fewer, so they are 8-2 atop the conference in the North. West Liberty at 9-3 behind them. Alderson Broaddus at 6-5 in third. 4-7 Notre Dame in fourth. Frostburg State at 3-7. And then Wheeling rounding out the North Division at 2-8. University of Charleston leading on the South Division side, 10-2. Linville State in second at 7-2. And then West Virginia State at 6-4. Concord at 6-5. And Davis and Elkins 3-7. Wesleyan yet to taste victory this season. They are 0-12. So those are your conference standings at the moment as we wind towards the last couple of weeks of the regular season. Again, an abbreviated season due to the COVID pandemic, but you got to give a lot of credit to Reed Amos, the commissioner of the Mountain East Conference, his staff, all of the staffs of all of these programs for taking the right protocols and precautions to allow these student athletes to get onto the floor, and we have seen some very good MEC action in this limited season. The 2 free throws for Pittman give West Virginia State the lead, 30-29. Horsey out top running the point. He'll get it into the hands of Abram, and we've got a body check again. Abram just so dangerous. That time Heller with the hand check. It's almost a pick your poison with Glenn Abram. If you back off of him, he can pull back and he can hit it from just about anywhere on the floor. And if you attack him with tight defense, he's got a good dribble. He can get to the basket. Abram at the moment with just 4 points here in the first half, though. Two for 2 from the line, now 3 of 3. Head coach Brian Poore, West Virginia State graduate, 1987, in his 22nd season as the head coach of West Virginia State. 330-plus wins and a lot of confidence coming to this season. Todd May for Concord in his 5th year at the helm. He spent 4 seasons under former head coach Kent McBride before taking over. State working a little 3-2 matchup zone out top. Here comes Johnson attacking. Good defense by Horsey, backing off and then stripping it away from Johnson as he attacked. Here's Abram in the corner for 3. That's no good. Moore right there to clean up another rebound and keep the offense alive. They'll get it back into the hands of Jeremiah Moore. Working one-on-one with Marumba, and Jeremiah Moore wins that battle. 5-point advantage, the largest of the night for West Virginia State. Yellowjackets picking up the defense out top, but you got to get closer to Ethan Heller. That's his third three, and all three of them have come from the top of the key. Ethan Heller has 13. He leads all scorers. He is 3 for 3 from behind the three-point line. Here's Abram trying to match. Not getting started yet, but there to clean it up is Pittman. His putback is no good. Empty possession for the Yellowjackets. Johnson going to attack. Now pull up from the right elbow. Loose ball, diving. Good hustle by everyone. You got Abram and Heller, and you've got Johnson and Pittman all on the ground. And you know how much this means to all of these players. They know how close they are in the standings, and they know how close they are to the number 2 and number 1 teams in the South. A foul actually is going to be whistled against Pittman as Johnson appeared to get there a little bit earlier. As you see, Johnson right there, and now Pittman. They kind of got tied up a little bit with the arms. So Johnson at the free throw line for 1 and 1. Makes good on the first one. And a chance to tie it with 1:58 remaining in the first half for Malik Johnson. Free throw number 2 hits off back rim, and Abram there to secure the defensive rebound. So State holds on to a 1-point lead. Horsey going to attack into the lane, stops, pops, and cannot get the 12-footer to fall. Another rebound by Marumba. He has been huge inside. That is rebound number 7 for David Malumba. Call him Marumba. Malumba. I'll get it right. Evans shows pass now into the corner. Johnson pump fake, step back, 3 is good. A big 3 by Johnson to give Concord the lead. Pump fake and the defender just went flying by. Now Abram attacks. Feeds it off to Horsey. That might have been intended for Stone. Pittman. Working down to the right baseline. Feeds it over on the left side. A little out of sorts. Stone's going to attack anyway. Gets it to roll off the rim. Hits off the back rim, and it won't fall through. Boy, that was a tough shot by Gus Stone in an offensive set that left a lot to be determined for Coach Brian Poore. West Virginia State never looked to be on the same page with all 5 players, but Stone nearly made it work anyway. Last touchdown out of bounds by West Virginia State defenders. You see here on the replay, Moore and Bundu going after it, and they'll say that Jeremiah Moore was the last to touch it. Mountain Lions with a 2-point lead in possession. 40 seconds left on the play clock, or on the clock, 15 on the play clock. Here's Heller attacking a high arcing shot, and that might have hit off the top of the backboard. And again, Malumba there for a rebound. Actually, no, that was Bundu. Bundu finds himself open on the wing. No good with a shot. Transition opportunity now. Stone will attack, and this time Kennedy just backs off and avoids the foul. Concord with an opportunity for the final shot of the half, though. Heller out top from way downtown, and he hits another one. 4 for 4. Here comes Horsey. 3 at the buzzer, good if it goes. Hits off the right side of the rim and off the mark. Ethan Heller 4 for 4, and he will give Concord the lead with the deep 3 at the end of the first half. Heller off a screen, and he was a good 4 feet behind the line and hits another one. And that is your score at the half. Concord leading West Virginia State 39-36. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
I'm Stuart Caldwell. For more than 40 years, I and my firm have vindicated the rights of individuals hurt by defective drugs, defective chemicals, and other products. Now I'm teaming with Booth to take on the big drug companies to vindicate the rights of children born with NAS. There are significant legal proceedings that could affect you and your child's legal rights.
If you're the parent or guardian of a child who you believe was born dependent on opioids, you need to act now.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
You have dreams.
Where do you start to build the skills necessary to make them happen?
At West Virginia State, you learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go or what you want to do,
It starts at State.
My husband should have died that night. The car was on a fence, upside down. Trees were coming through the windshield.
The people who opened the door for me, one of the first questions they asked me is, how are you alive?
For my kids, Timmy's invincible. And it was just like that he could have been gone. He was like, this is all we're gonna own. We're getting another Honda. It saved my life. My kids are not going in anything else.
At the half, Concord leading West Virginia State by 3, 39-36. That included a 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds for the Mountain Lions after West Virginia State had taken their largest lead of the first half, 36-29. And that 10-0 run included 2 threes by Ethan Heller. He was 4 for 4 from behind the three-point line in that first half, en route to his game-leading 16 points on the evening. This was a very evenly matched first half. Neither team led by more than 6 points in that first half. Statistically, shooting the ball very similar, as Concord shot it at 39.4% a clip from the field on 15 of 38. West Virginia State a bit better, 40.6 on 13 of 32. But West Virginia State did not make a three-point basket in the first half, and that is a bit odd and an outlier for this West Virginia State team. They were 0 for 5, where 6 for 14 and 42% were the Mountain Lions, and 4 of those 6 were from, again, Ethan Heller. Free throws, 3 of 8 for Concord. West Virginia State did get to the basket, did get to the rim, and got to the foul line and made do. 76% on 10 of 13 shooting. Turnovers, very clean first half, just 4 for Concord and 3 for West Virginia State. So both teams kept care of the basketball. Both teams shot the ball relatively well, other than West Virginia State from behind the three-point line. And we are very, very close in score at the half. Taking a look, individual scoring, leading the way again for Concord was Ethan Heller. Finished the first half 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting and 4 of 4 from 3. And he also pitched in a pair of assists as well. Malik Johnson, 11 points on 4 of 11 shooting. He was 2 for 4 from 3, 1 for 3 from the line. Pitched in 3 rebounds. But Bundu and Malumba were the rebounding studs in the first half. Muhammad Bundu finished with just a couple of points, but he had 7 rebounds in the first half. David Malumba, just 2 points, but he also chipped in 7 rebounds in that first half. The rebounding margin very similar, 25 for West Virginia State, 23 for Concord. For West Virginia State, they were led by a pair of 10-point scorers, and Gus Stone, 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting, and those 4 misses all came early on by layup. And he finished with 2 for 2 from the free throw line as well, pitching in 3 rebounds. Anthony Pittman just continues to do a lot of things well. 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting. He was 2 for 2 from the line, pitched in also 7 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 steal. Glenn Abram, who again leads the team in scoring average on the season at 22.3 points, just 6 points on 1 of 6 shooting. He was 0 of 4 from behind the three-point line. He did hit all 4 of his free throws, and he also pitched in 5 rebounds as well. But we have seen Glenn Abram go straight off very quickly in very little time. So for Concord, you're thinking very good that you've held Abram in check to this point. And if you're West Virginia State, you're going to try to get him going in that second half. 39-36 is your score. We're going to take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll get set for second half action here from the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena on the campus of West Virginia State University. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
The Honda Pilot is great for family adventures. As well as the not-so-friendly ones. We made it tougher than it needed to be. Because you never know what you'll come up against. The Honda Pilot with available all-wheel drive. The ultimate modern family SUV.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds at 55 miles per hour? That's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
39-36, your halftime score. Concord over West Virginia State University. Recently, Mountain East Conference Commissioner Reed Amos able to join Metro News Sportsline with Brad Howe to talk over some of the attendance policies, the postseason basketball action, highlighting a little bit of football as well. We'll take a listen to that interview.
First, let's welcome in the commissioner of the Mountain East Conference. That's Reed Amos. He joins us now on the CityNet Statewide Sports Line. Commissioner, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Brad. Good to be with you all.
All right, we're always happy to have you, but especially on days like today when you make a couple of significant announcements. So let's dive right in, and I want to start, Reed. You've made an announcement about it. It's approaching fast. We're almost in tournament time here as the calendar's about ready to flip to March. You've made an announcement today regarding where the Mountain East Conference men's and women's basketball tournaments will be held.
Today we are announcing that we will return to Wheeling and West Banco Arena for the Mountain East Conference men's and women's basketball tournaments. A slight change to format. The opening round will happen on campus sites this year, but quarterfinals through finals. Thursday through Sunday, the first week in March, we will be back at West Banco Arena, and after it will be nearly a year since the last time that we've had spectators at any Mountain East Conference event. It was March 12th a year ago when the sports world shut down, and for us in smaller colleges, a much more arduous task to get back up and running. So we've been tracking in a group of 4. The MEC has by far had the best performance. At one point, as little as 2 weeks ago, MEC women's basketball teams had played 59 out of 60 scheduled contests at that point. So we continue to be well above 90% on the women's side, though we're going to lose a handful of contests down the stretch here. And on the men's side, we've regularly been in the upper 80s as far as percentage in getting contests in. Now, you got to have a dance partner, so 2 teams lose a game when only one team's not available. So that's something you always have to keep in mind. And so as we continue to see such high percentages, if you would have told me on January 7th that we'd have this many games in at this point and our institutions would be doing so well in managing COVID-19 protocols, because our mentality is when it's appropriately safe to play, and when it might not be, we don't. And so they've done a great job on the campuses to keep themselves in a position where they've been able to play.
Reed, one last thing on the MEC tournaments coming up here. I didn't ask you about this. Ticket information, I assume, will be forthcoming. I know today you just wanted to get this information out to the public. We have a bunch of listeners that will want to attend. I assume follow your website, mountaineast.org, for information on tickets and how that will work down the line here, I assume, right?
Exactly right, and tickets won't go on sale until the week of the tournament. What our plan is to adjust the timing of games. Normally we have an afternoon session and a night session with 2 games in each session. This year, because of COVID-19 protocols, every game will be its own session. So we'll have an 11 o'clock session for a single game, and then a 2 o'clock session for a single game, and then 5 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock. And so the building will be completely cleared of fans immediately after every game, to provide enough time to turn it over for the next game that will come in. So after those opening round games happen on that Monday, our plan is to put tickets on sale because the matchups in the quarterfinals will be known at that point. Likely they'll all go on sale about noon. On Tuesday is what we would anticipate the week of the conference tournament. Again, the first full week in March.
And that's basketball, but right on the heels of that comes football, because obviously the fall schedule had to be pushed back. You guys have put together a spring season, and it's coming right after basketball. So walk us through exactly what that's going to look like.
So the week after our conference tournament is when the football schedule will start, a 5-game schedule split into 2 divisions with a 12-team league. And so all the teams in the North will play a 5-game schedule. Everyone will play everyone. Same thing in the South. And the 2 teams that win those 2 divisions will play in a first-ever MEC football championship game, which we're excited about in late April. And knowing that FCS is playing an even larger number of games than that, and Greg, I'm sure players have told you for a long time that practice is something that they tolerate to get the opportunity to play in games. So we're thrilled about providing the student athletes, after missing a full season in the fall, and this being a year where they won't be charged a year of eligibility, we're still going to give them an opportunity to put on the uniforms and go out and compete this spring. So we're excited about doing that on behalf of our student athletes.
So that championship game should be a lot of fun. Do you have an idea of a site for that yet? Is it going to be on a home field, or will you take it to a neutral site?
We'd go to a home site on that, is our plan. And ultimately, because you'd end up having 2 division winners playing against one another, if they end up with the same record, we'll just have a modified bid process for that. But if one has a better record than the other, we'll allow them to host unless they would decline.
And we're talking with Reed Amos, Commissioner of the Mountain East Conference. As you get into football and the baseball and softball and some of these outdoor sports, you will be allowing some spectators in for those events on campuses. Is that correct?
Well, it'll be institutional discretion. That's what a lot of Division II conferences have done. When you've got such small campus communities on some of our smaller enrollment institution campuses, there's a lot of sensitivity to properly managing those campuses, because if you end up with some form of an issue, it could end up disrupting the instructional schedule on those campuses. So our board reached a point where they were comfortable with allowing institutional discretion on determining whether or not spectators would be allowed on individual campuses through the spring.
All right, my friend, we're going to let you run. Thanks for the update. Congratulations on this step forward. I think it's a significant step forward, not only returning to Wheeling, which has done a great job hosting this tournament, being able to return to play with fans in the stands, I think will be great for this wonderful event as we get ready to watch the men and women coming up in March. And we'll certainly talk again as we get a little bit closer to those dates. So thanks for the time tonight, Reed.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll talk soon. There he is, Reed Amos, Commissioner on the Mountain East.
Very informative interview with Mountain East Conference Commissioner Reed Amos there on the statewide sports line with Coach Greg Hunter and Brad Howe, updating the fans on new attendance policies, basketball conference tournament action, highlighting some football. And we are fully ready for the second half here from West Virginia State, 39-36, Concord on top of the Yellowjackets. Again, very evenly matched first half of play between these two. Heller was the big scorer in the first half, 4 for 4 from 3. 12 of his 16 points came from behind the line. And an immediate foul on a drive by Johnson. I think Abram and Johnson got mixed up there. Glenn Abram, again, leading scorer for this West Virginia State team. somewhat quiet in the first half, just 6 points. Here's Heller off the miss. And Heller, just 6 feet tall, mixing it up with the trees. He's got 18 to lead all scorers, and it's a 5-point lead for the Mountain Lions. Matching their largest lead of the night. Here's an attack by Horsey right at the basket. Can't get the shot to fall. But once again, Jeremiah Moore does all the dirty work for the Yellow Jacket defense. You see Heller there attacking. And Moore will send himself back to the free throw line. Free throws in the first half for West Virginia State, very good, 10 for 13. And a little broadcaster's kibosh. I'll have to apologize later to Moore for that first miss. 10 of 14 now, 71% though as a team. Moore missing both. An empty possession offensively for the Yellow Jackets. Neither team has led by more than 5 in this ball game. It has been a very closely contested game. Heller now got into some traffic, has it stolen by Horsey. Outlet pass to Stone, and Gus Stone leads the way with 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Good steal by Horsey and quick look up the floor. Kennedy working it out top. Over to the left wing. Here's Heller again. Can he stay hot out of the locker room? He cannot, missing the first one of the game. And Pittman will be fouled on the over the back. On the rebound, Pittman now with 8 rebounds in the ball game to go with his 10 points, just 2 boards away from a double-double. And we are just a minute and 25 seconds into this second half of play. Pittman will have it. Now off to Abrams, step back deep 2, and that one is good. And if you're Glenn Abram and if you're Coach Brian Poore and his team, you like to see that ball go through early in the second half. Saw a game here just a few weeks ago when Abram hit for 27 points in a grand total of about 17 minutes in the first half of a contest. Heller attacking again, and the lefty with the high arcing shot. It looks awkward, but it's very smooth. Heller's got 20. Heller with just 8 points, 2 rebounds, but 7 assists the first meeting between these two. He's got 20. He has the rebound on the miss by Moore. And the run out into the hands of Kennedy. Kennedy took some contact there. Coach Todd May and his staff looking for a extenuation, and one. Did not get it. 45-40, the lead is 5. Here's Stone attacking again. Maybe a little out of control that time. 2-on-1 opportunity. Johnson delivers, but I think we may get an offensive foul. Johnson dislikes it, but Pittman got there pretty quickly. We'll have to see on the replay. Johnson drew Pittman, but yeah, Pittman got there with his feet set just outside and drew the contact. And that's, again, what Anthony Pittman, I wouldn't say that's what he does. That's one of the many things that he does well. Keeps the lead at 5 for Concord. Moore working against Evans on the right baseline. Brings it top side. Here's the runner in the lane. Soft shot just missing off the side of the rim. Malumba with his 8th rebound of the game. Here's Johnson, a spot-up 3. And another rebound for Malumba. Tracked that one down all the way in front of the Mountain Lion bench. Kennedy down the right lane, hands it off to Evans. Good pump fake, gets Moore up, and that's going to be an and one opportunity. 2 good fakes by the Australian Liam Evans. Works it into the lane, fakes the dish, pump fakes, and Moore just gets up a little bit off his feet. Evans strong enough to finish it off and draws the contact. And Evans, the 6'6 senior out of Melbourne, Australia, Transferred to Concord from Saginaw Valley State University in Saginaw, Michigan. Biggest lead of the night is 8 for Concord. Abram. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Horsey spins in the lane. The runner no good. Rebound tipped out. Malumba couldn't hold on to it, and Horsey just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Now Pittman will attack, and no one is going to get in front of Anthony Pittman, his 12th point of the evening. Lead is still 6. Here comes Heller getting by 2 defenders, straight to the basket again. Heller with reckless abandon in this ball game, and he has 22. Now Pittman, boy, is a little bit out of control there, and he got bailed out. I think Malumba moving the feet, but watch Heller. Doesn't take the high screen, just rolls right to the rim and attacks Pittman, who is no stranger to being able to block shots. He's got 20 on the season, but Heller just being as confident as a confident player can be. Malumba did get whistled for that foul. His second, team 4th, as Pittman hits the first. Look at Jeremiah Moore walking out at midcourt, looking a little bit ginger on one of his legs. Not sure if it was a contact from that play with Liam Evans on the last defensive set for West Virginia State. Pittman, 2 of 2 from the line. West Virginia State continues to shoot well as a team from the foul line. Here's Bundu. Left elbow squares up against Moore. Now back into the hands of Heller. Nothing to do there, so give it out top to Malumba. Now back into Malumba's hands, and the big man for 3, David Malumba. He can shoot it. That's his 19th three-pointer of the game, and he shoots it at .450 a clip, 45%. Here's Pittman off the miss, though, and Anthony Pittman continuing to work. Just a workhorse. Now Concord getting a little bit too fast for themselves. Miscommunication. Heller cannot find his intended target, Wooden, and that'll be a turnover. 14:45. Media timeout. The lead for Concord is 7, 53-46. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
I'm Stuart Caldwell. For more than 40 years, I and my firm have vindicated the rights of individuals hurt by defective drugs, defective chemicals, and other products. Now I'm teaming with Booth to take on the big drug companies to vindicate the rights of children born with NAS. There are significant legal proceedings that could affect you and your child's legal rights.
If you're the parent or guardian of a child who you believe was born dependent on opioids, you need to act now.
14:45 remaining in the second half. Got a battle back and forth between these two South Division MEC Conference foes. West Virginia State took game 1 of the series back on the 10th of January on the road in Athens, West Virginia, 89-74 at the moment. Concord trying to avenge that loss on the road themselves, leading by 7. Concord has led by as many as 8. Either team has led more than that. West Virginia State has led by 5 a couple of times. Their last lead was with 2:08 left in the first half. Trying to battle back in. Pittman has been good so far here tonight. He's got 16 points. He'll attack, and we're going to get a whistle on the drive. Pittman and Abram talking things over offensively there, making sure they're on the same page. Malumba whistled for the foul. That's going to be number 3 on the 6'6" senior from Antwerp, Belgium. Inbounds comes to Abram, and he loses it, but Malumba will be the last to touch it. Coach Todd May going to go to his bench and substitute Malumba with 3 fouls here. Still 14:27 remaining. So Liam Evans back in. He's had a good game so far. Here's Abram, still empty from behind the three-point line. He's got 8 points, but he's 0 of 5 from 3. And now we've got a drive, a basket, and another continuation. Malik Johnson and Ethan Heller continue to just work straight to the hoop. Little crossover, and Stone not set. So Gus Stone going to be whistled for the foul. And a chance to make it double digits here for Malik Johnson, and he will. Johnson now with 14. Now Pittman straight to the basket, and Pittman gets it back as Bundu not set inside, and Anthony Pittman able to see the transition defense not back where it needed to be. And Pittman takes it strong with the Euro step straight to the basket. So now Bundu has picked up his third. He got 3 apiece on Malumba and Bundu. Still 14:05 remaining. Both free throws good for Pittman. He's a perfect 5 of 5 from the line. Or I should say just the one good. 3-point play. I'll get it right eventually. Here's Johnson. I was getting ready to say a little out of control, but if it works, it works. He and Pittman are just going back and forth attacking the rim. Pittman couldn't get the shot to fall. He'll get the rebound off of Abram. And Pittman this time able to get Evans off his feet with a pump fake, draw the contact, and back to the free throw line. Anthony Pittman goes. 19 points for Pittman. First free throw rattles out. You get the sense as you see Pittman attacking. Abrams, good hustle there on the board, and a good pump fake by Pittman that time. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Pittman 1 of 2. The lead is 8, though, for Concord. It's been yo-yoing back and forth between about 5 and 9 and 10. You get the sense for both teams. Concord thinks that they can separate themselves here. Here's a deep three. That may have been partially blocked by Moore. And the loose ball taken by the Yellowjackets. Here's Moore attacking the rim, and Moore will go crashing to the ground. Johnson stepped in front to try to alter the shot, and it looked like he may have clipped Moore on the lower half, and Moore went flying Superman style, straight head first to the ground. Just barely clipping that right leg of Moore, but that sent him face first to the hardwood. Moore up slowly. I mentioned earlier it looked like he was walking a little gingerly. So Johnson with the foul. He has 3 now, so you've got 3 apiece for Bundu, Johnson, Evans, and Malumba. So some foul trouble brewing here for the Mountain Lions in the second half. Free throw number 1 for Moore. Off the mark. He has struggled at the line. 0 for 5 now. And the Yellowjackets just 66%. 14 of 21 from the charity stripe. Second free throw also off the mark. So an empty possession. Insult to injury for Jeremiah Moore. Mentioned before, you get the sense that this is a crucial time where Concord feels like they may be able to extend this lead and get some wiggle room. West Virginia State seems like they need something big to happen because they can't keep hanging around 5-10. Lots of contact underneath on the drive, that time by Johnson. Pittman skied for the block, and the officials are going to have to sort this whole thing out. So Johnson attacks. Pittman got himself the block, but the foul was on Montrell Horsey with the body contact. So Malik Johnson back to the line for a pair. Good to see everybody was okay after that one because a lot of bodies flying to the floor. Gus Stone will check out. Back in Trayon Watkins. Limited action so far tonight for the Yellowjackets. Second free throw rolls around, hits back rim, and falls through. 60-50. The lead is back to 10, matching the largest of the night for the Mountain Lions. Pittman still attacking the defense. This time he has his shot blocked by Bundu back into his hands. Now Abrams gets in amongst some traffic, feeds it to Pittman. Left wing three, a big bucket for Anthony Pittman. And he lets out a yell. That was a big bucket for the Yellowjackets. Abrams was in amongst traffic, almost lost it. Found it in the hands of Anthony Pittman, who now has 23. He leads all scorers. And again, you mentioned, you get the sense that West Virginia State cannot afford to let Concord make it more than 10. If they get to 12 or 13 or 15, I know there's a lot of time left, but the way this game has been going, of course, Abram is yet to get going for West Virginia State as well. Here is a big three to answer. Malumba, who went out early with the 3 fouls, comes right back in and buries a 3 on the left wing. Lead balloons back to 10. Here's Watkins to the basket. He gets by his man Johnson, and now Johnson has just picked up his 4th. Watkins, who has not got a lot of time here tonight, just 5 minutes of playing time, but that was a big play by Trayon Watkins. Cuts the deficit back to single digits at 8, a chance to make it 7, and on top of that, you put Malik Johnson on the bench with the 4 fouls. Free throw good. Watkins shoots it at 81% clip. The lead down to 7, but here comes Heller attacking. He's been confident throughout the night. Not just attacking, but hitting threes. Made 4 of 4 in the first half. He's missed a couple of here in the second half. Here's Kennedy. Step back, left wing 3 off the mark. Rebound tipped and controlled by Evans. Mountain Lions retain possession. Now Kennedy throws it into traffic, and Moore steals it. Jeremiah Moore, and now he has it taken right back by Kennedy. Kennedy runs into his own man. Heller has it. It's chaos. Heller attacking the basket. The scoop layup off the mark, and Moore again there. So definitely some chaotic action in the last minute. Pittman attacking. Gets into the air over to Watkins. Abrams attacking, and he will draw the contact, and that is number 4 on Malumba. Foul trouble. And you look over at the Concord bench, Coach Todd May checking with his assistants as to how to manage this foul trouble with still 11:10 remaining on the clock. Abram at the line. Again, he has been relatively quiet for him. He's got 8 so far, but he's 0 for 5 from 3. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line, so all but 4 points have come from the charity stripe. So Malumba checks out, and Bundu checks back in, but he's got 3. Abram, a tremendous free throw shooter, 75%, and he's perfect tonight, 6 of 6. He's now in double digits. A workmanlike effort. The lead is cut now down from 10-5 for West Virginia State. The last couple of times that happened for West Virginia State, Concord hit a couple of big baskets. Here's Heller getting to the basket again. He has been relatively unstoppable tonight, attacking the defense of the Yellowjackets on the interior. 24 points. That leads all scorers. He and Pittman going back and forth with that. Now Pittman will draw the contact. This time it's going to be Heller. As you watch Heller, that lane is wide open. Pittman is kind of the rim protector underneath there, but Heller, the lefty, jumped sideways, kept that ball away from Pittman. Able to get the shot to fall. Just tremendously athletic move by Ethan Heller. And the first free throw for Pittman is off the mark. Just his second miss from the line. 6 of 8. He's got 23. 9 rebounds, just one shy of a double-double. Pittman able to hit the second, 1 of 2. And Concord not able to dismiss West Virginia State yet. Yellowjackets keeping it between 5 and 10 for basically the last 7 minutes. Malumba back in the ballgame with the 4 fouls. Mountain Lions break the pressure of the Yellowjackets. Kennedy, couple of thoughts at a 3. He'll drive. Has it stolen away by Pittman. And now Pittman is going to be whistled for a double dribble. I believe so. That's going to be a carry on Pittman. Pittman had the steal. Not sure if he had possession or didn't. I think that was the issue. We'll take a look at it on the screen. Kennedy got in. Pittman knocked it away, and there you see it as he grabbed both hands on the ball and took off running. So that's a tough call for Pittman, but a good one by the officials. Malumba. He can shoot from 3. He'll be open again. That one off the mark. Big rebound for Jeremiah Staten, who's back in the ball game after a significant break. Now Abrams will draw the contact again, and again, Abram will be back at the line. That's where he's made his money tonight. 6 of 6 from the line for Abram. Other than that, just 2 layups. He's got 10 points. That foul on Brandon Kennedy, his 3rd. As Abram stays perfect from the line. And West Virginia State continuing to claw. If Abram were able to make this one, this would be the close West Virginia State has been since about the 17-minute mark of the second half. Just 4 team fouls on West Virginia State, so they're clean right now at the 10:05 mark. Significant foul trouble for Concord as Johnson with 4. 3 apiece for 3 others. Near steal on the inbounds by Pittman. Opportunity for transition points now. That one off the mark. Jordan Wooden went after it. We got a whistle. And last touched out of bounds by West Virginia State. Under 10 timeout. We'll take it with them. We've got a good one brewing here, folks. 9:53 left in this one. 65-61. Concord on top of West Virginia State. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
My husband should have died that night. The car was on a fence, upside down. Trees were coming through the windshield.
The people who opened the door for me, one of the first questions they asked me is, how are you alive?
For my kids, Timmy's invincible. And it was just like that he could have been gone. He was like, this is all we're gonna own. We're getting another Honda. It saved my life. My kids are not going in anything else.
A good game brewing here in the Mountain East Conference tonight. It's a battle for third place in the South Division at the moment. Concord leads West Virginia State 65-61. These two teams almost mirror images statistically of each other. Concord shooting it at 45.4%, 25 of 55. West Virginia State 42.5%. On 20 of 47, three-pointers have been the problem for West Virginia State, shooting just 12% on 1 of 8. 8 of 21 for Concord, 38% from 3. West Virginia State has made that margin up a bit on free throws. They are 20 for 29, just 7 of 12 for the Mountain Lions. On the inbounds, here's a right wing three, and Kennedy hits another one. Number 9 for Concord, and the lead quickly back out to 7. Watkins going to attack, gets straight to the basket, short on the layup. Rebound cleared by Kennedy and the Mountain Lions. State got to within 4. Here's Kennedy, heat check opportunity. That rebound tipped way out, controlled by the Mountain Lions. Wooden thought about a 3. Instead, Kennedy, pump fake. He'll drive. In the lane, Bundu surrounded by a couple of defenders, and we're going to get a whistle and a reach. And that will be Abram on the foul. That'll be number 3 on Glenn Abram. He's the first with 3 for the Yellowjackets. And they'll get it back into the hands of Heller. He and Pittman tied for the lead tonight with 24 points apiece. Kennedy attacking the rim left side. Shot no good. Rebound on the floor. Watkins picks it up. Attacking to the lane. The layup is up and good for Trayon Watkins. Lead back down to 5 for the Mountain Lions. The Yellowjackets just refusing to go away. Mountain Lions refusing to let the Yellowjackets get closer than 4. The lead is 5. Here's Kennedy. Runner in the lane. That one way short. Pittman grabs his 10th rebound. He's got a double-double. Off to Abram. He'll go to the rim, and he will draw the contact. 2 defenders there. It will be Bundu on the foul. That's number 4 on Muhammad Bundu. As you see, the MO for the Yellowjackets right now off of missed baskets and defensive rebound is attack the basket because of the foul trouble of the Mountain Lions. You've got 2 with 4 and 3 others with 3 fouls apiece, and still 8:32 left in this game. And again, Glenn Abram, who averages 22.3 points a game and hit for 32 the first time these two teams met, has 13, and count at 14, and 10 of the 14 have come from the foul line. He's perfect, 10 for 10. Those are big. Don't underestimate the free throws. Here's Heller, step back 3. He's cold in the second half. Jeremiah Moore skies for a big rebound. Here comes Pittman, attacking in transition. Can't get the first layup. His second, no good. This time it's on the floor. Everybody fighting for it. It ends up in the hands of Pittman, and we've got a whistle. And I believe it's going to be West Virginia State basketball, much to the dismay of head coach Todd May. He disagrees vehemently from his perch on the sideline. Pittman's been quite the workhorse. That time took it straight to the basket, didn't get the first or second. The ball falls to the ground. Pittman had control over it and threw it towards Abram. They're saying that it was last touched by Heller, I believe, out of bounds. 19 seconds remaining on the play clock. Abram takes it back off the inbound. He'll attack the rim, and he will just take it strong against Wooden. And suddenly it is a 1-point ball game. As close as West Virginia State has been since the 17-minute mark of the second half. Heller attacking. We got a whistle, though, and I think a bit of a bump on the drive. That foul whistled on Jeremiah Staten. Just his second. Back into the ball game with the 4 fouls is Malik Johnson. A significant rest for Johnson, about 8 minutes plus. Here's Heller attacking the rim, left side, has it blocked from behind. Abram, tremendous play by Glenn Abram, the senior. Heller had not been stopped yet tonight. Here's Staten going to pull back for 3. That one's off the mark. Malumba there for another rebound. He's got 10. Heller attacking, and I think we're going to get a reach-in whistle on Watkins. But what a play athletically. Heller had been attacking the rim with reckless abandon all night and finishing. He took it to the left side baseline, and Glenn Abram came up from the backside and blocked it against the backboard and brought it down himself. That team foul number 7 on West Virginia State. Heller buries the first and awards himself another. Heller leads all scorers now with 25, make it 26 points. He and Pittman have gone back and forth. Pittman with 24 for West Virginia State. The lead is 3, 1 possession ball game. Abram. Pittman thought about the 3. This time he'll take it. Too strong, and a big rebound by Malik Johnson. Johnson working from left to right, trapped when he picks up the dribble. Underneath it goes Evans, loses the basketball. It's on the floor. Pittman diving after it. It's tied up. We've got a jump ball, I believe, is going to be whistled. It will be possession arrow to the Yellowjackets. Pittman was trying to call for a timeout, but did not have sole possession, and it actually will save West Virginia State a timeout. They've got all 3 of theirs. Or they got 3 30s and a full, I should say. .6:49 remaining. West Virginia State has not led since the first half at the 2:08 mark of the ball game. Have not been this close since the 17-minute mark. A 3 will tie it. Here's Abram from way downtown. Still cold. He is 0 for 6 for Glenn Abram. He still has 16 points. Here's Heller attacking. And my goodness, Ethan Heller, far above his 12-point average. Leads all scorers. Here's Moore in the lane, a soft runner. Absorbed the contact and floated it high with some touch. Back to a 1-possession lead for Concord. Heller's calling for a screen. Malumba rolls off, top circle 3. Another one for Malumba. And he shakes it off. David Malumba now with 3 threes in this one. And the lead is back out to 6 for the Mountain Lions. Here's Watkins in the corner, open for 3. Staten with the rebound. The pump fake up and good. Big rebound and put back by Jeremiah Staten. Just his 4th points of the night. Kennedy open in transition, though. Every time the Yellowjackets score, the Mountain Lions have an answer. The lead was 1 just a couple of minutes ago. It's out to 7. And Coach Brian Poore is going to call a timeout. And we'll take it with him. 5:14 left in this one. A battle down to the wire. 78-71 Concord with the lead. You're watching MEC basketball action on Video Productions.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
You have dreams.
Where do you start to build the skills necessary to make them happen?
At West Virginia State, you learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd.
4 in double figures for the Concord Mountain Lions, including now Brandon Kennedy after hitting another 3. Heller with 28, Malik Johnson with 18, Malumba with a double-double. He's got 11 and 10, and Kennedy with 10 points. For West Virginia State, they're led by Pittman. He has been big tonight. 3 in double figures. Anthony Pittman with a double-double, 24 points, 12 rebounds. Abram has worked hard to get his 16. He's 0 for 6 from 3. Just 3 of 10 from the field, but he is 10 for 10 perfect from the free throw line. He's also added a block and 7 rebounds. And Gus Stone, who's been out for quite a while, has 12 points. And he has not even attempted a three-pointer just yet here tonight. And he's been on the bench for a bit here. So what was a 1-point deficit for West Virginia State balloons quickly on 2 threes. Out to 7. Here's Abram trying to find the mark, and it misses again. Abram is 0 for 7 here tonight. And the Yellowjackets shooting a horrid 7%, 1 of 13 from 3. Here's Malumba again. He's got 4 threes, 14 points. And the lead, in the blink of an eye, back out to 10 for the Mountain Lions. Horsey slips and falls, nearly travels with it, and ends up with the pressure defense by Malumba, throwing it out of bounds, and a turnover at a very poor time for the Yellowjackets. And another timeout whistled. Again, we'll take it with them. The lead is now 10 for the Mountain Lions, 81-71. We'll be back.
Have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
At the 7:21 mark of the ball game, West Virginia State had fought back to make it a 1-point deficit. And in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds, Concord has answered the bell big time. A 13-4 run, including 3 threes, 2 by David Malumba, 1 from Brandon Kennedy. The lead is out to double digits, matching the largest of the night at 10. Last held at the 14:20 mark of the ball game by Concord. And off of that last play, a turnover by the Yellowjackets. Just the 6th turnover of the game for West Virginia State, but it was big. Here's Kennedy going to try to keep it going. This one's short, though. Horsey with the rebound into the hands of the senior Abrams, and he is going to be fouled. And if that is on Malumba, that is number 4. So in the ball game at the moment, you're going to have Johnson with 4, Malumba with 4, and Evans with 4. Kennedy's got 3 himself. And Glenn Abram back to the line for a couple of free throws. And he is workmanlike, working his way to his season average of 22.3 points a game. And he is perfect still from the line. 12 of 12. 12 of his 18 points have come from the charity stripe. He's 0 for 7 from behind the three-point line. Here's Heller open off a screen for three. A huge three. Heller had been cold in the second half. He went 4 for 4 in the first half. His first make in the second half, but it's big. It makes the lead 11. Now Watkins from way downtown answers. We said Steph Curry range, and he proved it. The lead is back down to 8, 3:35 left. Heller works off a couple of screens. Guarded by Pittman. Now Johnson over on the left side wing. Looking to attack. Now he'll fade away on the baseline. That was a tough shot. Abram able to save it in front of the Concord bench. Pittman will wait for Abram to get into the front court. Watkins pump fakes, attacks to the rim, saves it in off the block, and Pittman can't make the shot fall. Now Johnson amongst three defenders, having to fight off a lot of hands right there. Kennedy will find it in Johnson's hands. 15 on the shot clock. Screen set by Evans. Johnson in the lane, loses his footing, picks it back up. From the elbow, right side, forces it in. Pittman, you see, puts his hands straight up, played great defense. And on the wild shot, Johnson able to hit. Johnson's got 20 now. The lead is back to 10. Here's Watkins driving again, rolls it off front rim, and Moore on the tip back puts it up over the backboard. Boy, every attack here in the second half that West Virginia State has mounted has been counter-punched by the Mountain Lions. They have been game here tonight. And a worst-case scenario, if you're West Virginia State, Anthony Pittman having to check out with some cramps over on the sideline. He's been the big scorer tonight for the Yellowjackets. Heller. Quarter court. Works it over to Malumba. And a one-handed pass errant from Kennedy. And you can see the frustration on Kennedy's face knowing he turned it over at an ill-advised time. That's the 11th giveaway by the Mountain Lions. Just 6 turnovers for the Yellowjackets in this ball game. Under 2 minutes remaining. Do they have one more run in them? Here's a deep three. Watkins can't find it, but Moore right there to clean it up and keep possession. Abram, pump fake, drives to the lane, got a whistle and a foul on the drive, and that will send Abram back to the line. He might as well set up a tent right there and start grilling out. He has been at the free throw line all night. 18 points, 12 of them from the charity stripe. He is 12 of 12. And we've got a whistle. Did somebody call a timeout, or is that the 5th? That is the 5th, sorry. I was so interested in looking at Abrams' stat line from the free throw line. That was Malumba on the drive. So after a tremendous game, David Malumba has fouled out. And Malumba, what a game he has had. A double-double, 14 points, 4 of 8 from 3, 11 rebounds tonight. And a steal to add to his credit. But he'll have to sit down with the 5 fouls. And that's a big weapon lost for Coach Todd May here down the final 145 stretch. When you're trying to win a game on the road against a very talented West Virginia State team, as Abram calmly buries both. He's 14 of 14. His 20-point stat line is going to be a little bit misleading, just in the fact that he is 0 for 7 from 3 and 3 of 11 from the field. But Abram, as we have noted before and have seen with our own eyes, He's got a minute 44. That guy can light it up in a minute 44 if he just gets things going. Big free throws here for Concord and Johnson. And he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. That foul whistled on Horsey, his fourth. And Johnson good on both. Malik Johnson now with 22. And the lead is back to 10. So if you're West Virginia State, you got to put it together here pretty quickly. Horsey lets it roll to the front court. Abram dribbles it off the foot of Kennedy. Both diving after it. A loose ball on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go over to the Mountain Lions. Abram was attacking, dribbled it right off the toe of Brandon Kennedy. A couple of separate scrums ensued, and the ball was tied up, and it will go over to the Mountain Lions. And now the three officials, Jesse Joseph, Chris Kakanya, and Matt Lee, having a meeting. And we'll wait to see what they call here. Still not sure. We'll see if they do call that possession change. They do. Okay, so it is a change of possession, so it was a jump ball controlled by the Mountain Lions. Not sure what the conference was about. Concord in the correct position right now with a 10-point lead. Trying to run a little clock down. Heller tried to bounce pass, kicked by Moore. So an inbound on the baseline for the Mountain Lions with 20 left on the shot clock. Heller will just launch it into the backcourt. Heller now going to attack. 5-on-4. He'll take it strong to the basket, and he will draw the contact on Moore. Actually, they didn't call that on Moore. They called it on Gus Stone on a reach on the drive. So Heller back to the free throw line. 31 points to lead all scorers tonight. And again, he has just been tremendous. And Heller, his previous career best was last year against Pitt Johnstown. Scored 29 points in that game. He's had 3 separate 20-point games, but this is the first time he has topped the 30-point mark, and he's got a career best tonight. As he hits both, he's got 33, and it's a 12-point lead with 1:15 left. State quickly to the front court. Stone looking for Watkins. Instead, he'll take the lefty three. Off the mark, and Johnson clears immediately. Abram with the foul, and the writing now is on the wall. The Concord Mountain Lions look like they're going to avenge the early season home loss to this West Virginia State team, and they've done it in good fashion. West Virginia State has played and pushed them hard. West Virginia State shot the ball relatively well throughout, 39% from the field. The problem for West Virginia State tonight, 100%, has been three-point shooting. 2 of 17 from behind the three-point line, including Abram 0 for 7. Just 11% for the Yellowjackets. They've made up some ground. They've got a 12-point advantage at the free throw line. 1 of 2 there for Johnson. Still some hope. Abram going to attack. Gets the foul and the bucket. That's big. Don't count out the Yellowjackets just yet. Yellowjackets, though, 26 of 35 from the free throw line, including Abram, who's back there yet again, 14 of 14. 14 of 20 for Concord from the free throw line. Concord has shot the ball tremendously, 46% from the field, 44% from three, 13 of 29. And Abram stays perfect on the and one. He's got 23 points. And again, these are, I dare say, some of the quietest 23 points I've seen. 15 from the line. And a quick foul on the Yellowjackets, Trayon Watkins, and that will send Johnson back to the line. Concord leading by 10. First free throw for Johnson, good. He's up to 24 now. 8 of 11 from the charity stripe. And Johnson went out at about the 14-minute mark. That is when West Virginia State made that run to get it to within one at the 7-minute mark, and that is when Johnson came back in. Since then, Concord has just continued to keep their distance. Quick three by Abram. Moore keeps it alive. Now Watkins. That one's off the mark. This time Evans clears. Now State at the backcourt. They wondered if they were going to continue to foul. They will. That one's going to go against Moore. But this is going to be a tremendous victory for Concord. And if you're West Virginia State, you look at the statistics and you think, man, we could have just found the mark from behind the three-point line. West Virginia State did not turn the ball over tonight. Just 6 turnovers for the Yellowjackets. Again, shot the ball from the field very well. Shot the ball great from the line as a team, 75%. Rebounding margin similar, 44 for State, 43 for Concord. The Mountain Lions just came here tonight ready to battle, and they would not stop fighting. Every time there was a charge mounted in the second half by West Virginia State, Concord had an answer. A lot of times it was the man with the ball in his hand right now, Ethan Heller, a career high 33 points. 4-point difference from the game and shot clock. State will be content to just play some tough defense. Heller, he'll pull from way downtown, and that one's way off the mark. The rebound and the putback, though, and that one will be the final nail in the coffin as the Yellowjackets will just dribble it out, and Concord will improve to 7-5 on the season with a big road win over the West Virginia State Yellowjackets. Your final score, 96-81. We'll take a break for our sponsors. We'll come back, recap this one for you real quick, and wrap things up here from West Virginia State. You're watching Mountain East Conference basketball on Video Productions.
The Honda Pilot is great for family adventures. As well as the not-so-friendly ones. We made it tougher than it needed to be. Because you never know what you'll come up against. The Honda Pilot with available all-wheel drive. The ultimate modern family SUV.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds at 55 miles per hour? That's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle
in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Well, another tremendous Mountain East Conference battle here tonight, won by the visiting team, the Concord Mountain Lions, leapfrogging West Virginia State for third place in the South Division with a 96-81 victory. A hard-fought game between both teams, very similar in many aspects. Just a couple of outlying statistics for both of these teams. Field goal shooting, 46.4% for the Mountain Lions to 38.2% for West Virginia State. West Virginia State, 26 of 68, 33 of 71 shooting were the Mountain Lions. The three-point field goals were the issue for the Yellowjackets. 26 points on 13 of 30, 43% for Concord. Just 6 points on 2 of 19 shooting from three for West Virginia State. That was 10% shooting for the Yellowjackets. So that was a big disparity of 20 points. And the free throws ended up being a little closer due to the fouling at the end for West Virginia State. 75% for the Yellowjackets on 27 of 36. 70.8% for Concord on 17 of 24. Clean game, 6 turnovers for the Yellowjackets, 11 for Concord. Rebounding margin very similar, 45 to 44, just one in favor of Concord in this ball game. Points in the paint very similar, fast break points very similar, and that big outlier statistic was West Virginia State shooting just 2 of 19, 10% from the three-point line. Individually, a lot of players had big games here tonight. They were led by Ethan Heller, a career night tonight. His best career output, 33 points on 12 of 21 shooting. He was 5 of 9 from the three-point line, including 4 of 4 in the first half, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, added 8 assists on the night as well. Following him was Malik Johnson, 26 points, 7 of 16 shooting, 10 of 14 from the free throw line. He added 8 rebounds as well. David Malumba comes in with 14 points on 5 of 11 shooting, including 50% from 3. He was 4 of 8, and he tapped in with 11 rebounds, a double-double for Malumba. Brandon Kennedy, the other double-digit scorer for the Mountain Lions, 10 points on 4 of 12 shooting, and he pitched in as well with 2 rebounds. For West Virginia State, they were led by Anthony Pittman, 24 points on 8 of 17 shooting, made one three-pointer, one of the 2. He was 7 for 9 from the line. He chipped in 13 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals as well as a block. So Pittman continues to fill up all statistical categories for the Yellowjackets. He was followed by Glenn Abram. Again, it's weird to say he was right on his average and a quiet 23 because of the way it happened. 23 points on just 4 of 13 shooting. He was 0 of 8 from 3, but he was 15 of 15 from the free throw line, also adding 7 rebounds and a block shot in this one. 12 for Gus Stone, finishing a 5 of 11 shooting, adding 4 rebounds, and the other double-digit scorer for the Yellowjackets was Trayon Watkins. It all breaks down to a final score of 96-81. Concord with the victory. The Mountain Lions improve to 7-5. They take over third place in the South Division. At the moment, West Virginia State falls to 6-5 on the season. Many thanks to West Virginia State University Director of Athletics Nate Burton and his entire staff for their directory assistance. Thanks to the sports information directors from both Concord University and West Virginia State University. I'm Andrew Miller. You've been watching live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball action on Video Productions. Game producer for tonight's live streaming broadcast has been Robbie Mounts, camera operators Josiah Mounts and Garrett Lester. Executive producer for video production is Butch Mounts.